Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Ulan Gaming and I'm here with another Civilization overview. This time we'll be doing the Ottomans. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, just had some stuff going on, but I'm looking forward to making more videos again. So we are back. Now as for unique mechanics, Ottomans are weirdly enough, they don't have very many unique civilization-specific mechanics, yet they are the most unique of all the European civilizations, and it's kind of odd in that regard. But their main unique mechanic is that they have free auto-training vills without you having to input anything. And these, of course, you have a build limit of 25 vills, but you can increase the build limit and the rate at which they are trained for free at your mosque, which is the Ottoman church that is available in the first stage. Now, the general playstyle of Ottomans is going to be rushes and staying in the commerce age for a little bit, building up military, and then going to the fortress age after a rush. No, or after some fighting in Age 2, I mean. Their general age-up system, they have the politicians, the basic bitch, as I like to call it, age-up system, and they have a normal-ass explorer. Their unique units, they have quite a few of them. They have the Great Bombard, which is the Ottoman version of the heavy cannon. The Great Bombard is really powerful because of its splash. The splash on the Great Bombard is absolutely nuts, and it has the area of effects that the Great Bombard has is among the highest in this game, which is what makes it so dangerous. If you see Great Bombards, you need to go into stagger mode or you'll potentially lose your whole military. There are also quite a few strategies around massing as many of these Great Bombards as you possibly can. Spahi are the next one. They are a unique Ottoman heavy cavalry unit that is only available through shipments. The Spahi are absolutely fantastic. Really, there's nothing particularly special about the Spahi other than the fact that they have really high stats. They don't have any special abilities or anything like that. They just have really high stats, and that's basically all they need. The Janissary is the Ottoman equivalent for the Musketeer. The Janissary is kind of a mixed bag. It has the highest base HP of any Musketeer unit in the entire game at 210 base HP, which is a ludicrous amount of HP. And then they also have one of the lowest attacks of any Musketeer, which is 19 attack at 3 speed. So the Janissary is this mixed bag of just an absolute meat shield wall with low attack, but still kind of getting away with it. And that's kind of the Janissary's role in the game. They're very good in the first age, especially. Sorry, in the second age, especially when it's very difficult to take out 210 base HP. But yeah, that is the Janissary in a nutshell. And the Obus Gun. So the Obus Gun is an infantry unit that specializes in dealing with all forms of infantry, but loses to all forms of cavalry. Except they do actually counter light range cavalry, if I'm not mistaken. So, the Obus Gun is kind of like the Arrow Knight of Falconets. It's an infantry unit that serves the role of the Falconet, but they're not countered by Dragoons. So really the only thing that countered, and since they're not countered by Culverins either, pretty much the only thing that directly counters the Obus Gun is heavy cavalry. Which are usually stopped by Janissary, because Obus Gun Janissary is essentially a skirm cannon. It is essentially a musk cannon unit composition, except that the Obus Guns can hit and run, which makes them very powerful. They're also available right from the second age, making Ottomans one of only 2 civs with a musk cannon unit composition right from the second age. The other one being Sweden. And then the last heavy infantry, the last unit they have is the Nizam Fusilier, a unique unit available only through shipments, specifically only after you get an Age 4 upgrade from your unique church card, which transforms all of your Janissary home city shipments into Nizam Fusilier home city shipments. Nizam Fusilier are absolutely incredible units. stat-wise, in terms of what they are capable to do with their stats, they are like the best musketeer in the game potentially. There's a little bit of room to argue, but not very much. The problem is that they're not very easy to mass, because you can only get them through shipments, and you don't get very many of them throughout the game. And of course, by sending these shipments, it means you're sacrificing other things. Like if you make a Nizam Fusilier build, you'll be in Age 4 relatively quickly, but you won't get factories for a very long time. And if you do get factories early, then you won't get Nizam Fusiliers for a very long time, which is the whole point of your build order. So there's that as well. Now, as for primary unit compositions, Ottomans love their musketeer cannon, and that is mostly just because they don't actually really have a true Sturm unit. The closest thing they have is the Obus gun, but Obus guns are very expensive, and they cost 2 population, so it doesn't make it a worthwhile investment. Not to mention they have horse cavalry instead of dragoons, which also sucks. So their best bet in almost all of their matchups is to go with some kind of mus cannon. And their 2 best bets for this are Janissary Obus and Janissary Great Bombard. And that's pretty much what you'll see beginning of the game versus late game in most cases. Now, things to watch out for when you're playing Ottomans: you will find people that do fast industrials. This is to go with either the Nizam Fusilier, or to turtle with 2 factories and make a shit ton of Great Bombards before you can do anything about it. That's what they're going to do. So you need to watch for the signs of an Ottoman player doing a fast industrial, and push them early if you see them doing that before they get like a fort out or something. And then Ottomans also just have really big unit shipments. Between 2 Great Bombards and the mass amount of Janissaries they can ship, or the Spahi they can ship, Ottomans have very powerful unit shipments, so you need to be extra careful around their shipment points, and make sure you siege them down quickly when you push in. And that's going to do it for me today. I know this was a pretty short one. I know you guys have waited a long time for another one of these videos. Promise I'll be getting them out more frequently. But thank you guys for watching, and have a great